In the year of our Lord, 1701, the Republic of Venice went to war with the sovereign monarchy of Ralston. This war was over passage rights through the Adriatic Sea, though this point will rarely be brought up when the war is discussed by future historians. It was, like most wars, overstretched and too costly. Neither side could afford it, nor would they back down. Many lives were lost, and whatever the outcome, each nation would nurse its wounds for some time. The war raged on for 6 years, draining both countries' resources, but the Republic of Venice was older than Ralston and had deeper pockets. In a war of attrition, they would win, and both sides knew it. 3 generals from Ralston, 2 brothers and a close friend, came together to strategize, and came up with nothing. They would not win this war. In desperation, one reached out to a dark power and was told to make pilgrimage to Golgotha. With no other avenue, they spent 1 month sailing to the walls of Jerusalem, where they docked under cover of darkness. On the hill where the man named Jesus died, they met a figure, too old to identify as man or woman. It offered them a book, an already ancient thing made of pale leathers and filled with symbols that hurt their eyes to look upon. The thing smiled as they took it, a smile made of too many teeth. Full of dread for what they had seen and what they were about to do, they sailed for another month to get home. Things had gone badly in the time they were away. Soon they would have to surrender, and Ralston would fall into decline, one it was unlikely to survive. Whatever doubt the men had about using the knowledge in that book, their mind was set now. They cast its pages open and chanted dark incantations. And lo, did the dead walk upon the earth that night. Undead sailors hauled themselves into the Venetian boats. Soldiers dragged themselves from battlefields and clawed up from shallow graves to drive the Venetians from the land. The war was won. The Venetians could not fight Ralston's impossible numbers. They surrendered, the book was shut, and the dead were dead once more. The book was destroyed, but the world had noticed. Ralston had dark magic, and no shame in using it. Many enemies, without and within, were born that day. 1711. 3 years later, a child was born to one of the generals involved in unleashing the spell. A beautiful baby boy. A comet passed overhead that night, one that cycled between purple and green. Few saw it, but those that did walked away from their lives to explore more of the world before them. You were taken from your mother and left with a nursemaid for your first few days in this world. She was a kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. While your paths crossed every few years, she has never reintroduced herself. Seeing you always cheers her up, and she is content with that. You were born into wealth and status, and had all you could wish for. But your parents never had another child, and your father was often preoccupied with his work. Your mother, distant, sickly and delirious, you heard another mother say. Hoffman, the family steward, raised you more than they. It was a lonely childhood. 1718. You are 8 years old. You play with friends from school, 2 poorer boys, Diedrich and Flip. Your father disapproves. You play in the graveyard outside the city. Nobody goes there without an armed guard. But children do not care for such things. Children are small and fast and can outrun Ghoul, at least when the sun is up. One day, as you play, you hear a rustling coming from some trees. You all freeze. Then a stone whizzes out of the green and hits you on the head. You stare in disbelief, a slow trickle of blood running down your face, partially blocking sight from your left eye. You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognize from school. She throws another stone at you, but you are ready and avoid it.
Stay still! I need you to bleed enough for a ghoul to sniff you out.
She calls out.
I want to see them hunt.
You'd want to be careful up there. My father says they hide in trees during the day to grab up any fools looking for a spot of shade.
In a panic, she dropped her stones and looked in the branches around her.
You're lying!
As soon as she said it, there was a screeching from another tree near her, and the branches moved.
One has caught your scent. You're done for now.
You called.
Rubbish.
She froze. The smile on your face dropped.
Why aren't you running? It's gonna get you!
She didn't move. The rustling and screeching grew nearer.
Run, Sophia! Run!
You screamed, hurting your lungs. Once she saw your worry, the colour drained from her face. She dropped down from the tree and ran crying back to the dead man's gate. That's when Flip dropped from the second tree. She had been too busy throwing stones at you to see him sneaking towards her. You, he, and Diedrich had a good laugh and returned soon to play. When you saw her next, she had realized the trick you'd played on her. She found it funny. Soon she began joining you and Flip and Diedrich in the graveyard, and fast became your fourth. That night, you wake suddenly to find an old woman sitting at the end of your bed, whispering to herself.
Where is my beautiful boy?
She looks around the room.
I'm coming to you, to find you.
Then she looks at you. Where her eyes should be are dark holes, not fleshy wounds, but an absence of anything. An endless blackness that hurts to look at. She looks at you.
Are you him? Are you my baby?
She begins to crawl up the bed towards you.
Come to me, baby. Come, let me hold you in my arms.
As you hide under the sheets, you feel pressure on the bed as she approaches.
My baby, my sweet babe.
Her hands, cold and bony, wrap around your own as they hold the sheet tight to your face. They gently but easily pull your hands from your face, removing your thin cotton defenses.
Wake up, baby.
Your mother's voice. You slowly open your eyes and see her standing there, smiling down at you. You were having a dream. I could hear you from my room. Come here. You dive forward and she wraps her arms around you, warm and fleshy and alive. That night, you sleep in her bed for the last time. 1721. One morning, your mother comes to your school. She takes you out, even though classes are not finished. She says everything is okay, but you do not believe her. Her mannerisms tip you off. She is normally so distant, but today is very close, holding hands and hugging you, kissing your cheek even. She brings you around the town. First you stop to buy sugared apples, then she takes you shopping. New clothes, new books, new toys, a luggage trunk. She brings you to the castle and, with some whispered words and coins exchanged, the guard lets you into the grounds. You go to the pond and throw bread and watch fish pop their heads up to steal from the ducks. You walk the city walls and the two of you take in the view. The sea to the west, the hills to the south, the forest to the east and north, and beyond the northern tree line, the road that leads to the capital. That, she tells you through teary eyes, is where you're going. You won't understand until you're older. Maybe not even then. You need more than I can give you, more than I can be. You protest. She cries. When she stops crying, she doesn't remember where you are, how you got there. A watchman brings you home. There your father glares at you, angry that you upset your mother, angry at your non-compliance. Hoffman brings you to your room to help you put your new clothes and books and toys into your new trunk. He tells you that she loves you, that this is for the best. A few days later, your carriage rides out of town. In your children's stories, events like this happen on rainy days, but today is sunny and clear-skied. As the carriage crests a hill, you can look back towards the city and see it all. The farms, the walls, the groves, the castle, the seas. Your home. How do you feel as you are taken away? Hurt, a deep wound of betrayal. My parents are supposed to look after me, not discard me. 1722. A year has passed, more quickly than you might have expected. Winter's first snow falls lightly outside. You watch from your dorm and reflect on your time here. You are thankful for the library here. Books have been your salvation. You look at the collection of books scattered around you now. Buried under them are the books your mother bought you over a year ago. You have read them many times. You miss her. 1725. Your schooling is done now. Your time here is over. You spent much of this year deciding what to do next. One of your professors said she saw something in you, a spark that would see you well in the world of courtly intrigue. This sounds exciting to you, and well paid too, so they put you in touch with a contact of theirs to begin your training. With your path decided, you found you had time before your training began, so you made the trip home to visit your parents and tell them of your plans. Your travel home feels faster than it was leaving. Perhaps mindset, perhaps age, perhaps because you have done it once already and can spy milestones. Whatever the reason, you arrive home to your mother and Hoffman awaiting you. Your father is not there, but joins you for dinner that evening. It had been 4 years since you were home. Not a long time for some, but a quarter of your life. You had this idea that you had matured, changed so much in that time, but... You still find your father to be as inscrutable as ever. You try to engage the man, talk about his interests, your time away and your chosen path, but you cannot tell if he is impressed, interested, or even paying attention. Despite this, it is good to be home again, to see your friends and family. You have a good summer. As you leave for your new training, you wonder how long until you come home next, and how you will have changed by then. 1727. You are nearly 2 years into your training now, and it goes largely as expected. You miss home, but the pangs grow less as time passes. Your mentor, an older lady named Valentina Zupan, takes you to the Scottish courts to watch the burning of a witch. The woman is accused of fornication with the devil, but Valentina says that the only crime this woman, and women burned like her, committed was striving for knowledge, studying the natural world and trying to understand it. Valentina wants you to see how other countries treat people who they cannot understand, how they treat knowledge they cannot fathom. She tells you then that a war has broken out at home. A lich, a powerful undead sorcerer, has begun raising the dead and marches on the capital. So far its armies show no sign of moving out of Ralston, but Venetian and Habsburg forces are amassing on their respective borders to repel anything that tries to cross them. Other nations will turn this on us. They will try to turn the Pope on us too, no doubt. They'd see us burned like that witch. This is our job, to slow the tide that comes for us. We shall travel to other courts, seeking help. We will get none. In reality, we're there to find the lips that whisper against us and do what we must to shut them, by deals or blackmail, whatever it takes. You were on a carriage to London that night, on the start of a tour of Europe that would carry on for the next year. Eventually, word reaches you that the Lich has been defeated, that its forces collapsed as the final blow was struck. Your father was at that battle, as was your uncle. You learn your uncle was wounded, but is well. Neither man died, though the same cannot be said for thousands of others in the country.
The soldier's work is done now. Our work only gets harder. Venice will want to march in retaliation for 1708. Habsburg will want the land.
Several others will want us stomped out for being too liberal. We must keep these wolves at bay while our country rebuilds. 1729. Your training complete. You land your first post. You were thrown to the wolves and sent to the courts of Venice. You never found out why you were sent here, and it has never become clear if this was a punishment or a prestigious assignment. You never see the Doge Alvise III Sebastiano Mocenigo. You never see anyone of note. You spend your days with minor nobles and nameless ambassadors clawing over any attention at all. Nobody asks your opinion or listens when you speak. How does this posting make you feel? I suppose somebody has to be put here. It's not an exciting post, but given our history and the war, it is an important one. I am bored, but honoured. 1731. You are through the early years of your career now. You have earned some recognition and accolades, some time from work, and a purse are made available to you. As you take some time to enjoy this leave, a terrible thing happens to you. Your arm is broken while climbing the Alps. You had been talking with your friend, Astrid, and you both agreed that you needed to blow off some steam. You decided on a vigorous mountain climb, and so you planned a weekend hike up a nearby mountain with an overnight stay at the summit. It was late summer, so you knew you wouldn't need to pack too much. A tent, some food, and, of course, hiking equipment. The day before the hike, you traveled to a rented chalet at the mountain's base. You spent that evening going over maps, making plans, and divvying the gear before getting an early night's sleep. The next day, you rose early and began. The early part of the hike was quite pleasant as you wandered through the lush green forest that covered the mountain's base. By midday, you were exiting the forest. From here on, it was sparse and stony trails. Unsure you'd find enough wood at the top for a fire, you gathered some here. The extra wood was bulky and unbalanced you both, but you agreed to carry it for now and abandon it if it became problematic. Soon the incline became steep enough that you needed to start climbing. You worked in tandem to advance, taking short breaks as they presented themselves. At one point, a rope snapped, and Astrid hurt her shoulder as she crashed into the cliff face. In your scramble to secure her, you lost much of the wood you had gathered earlier. You both took a moment to calm your nerves before carrying on. When you finally hoisted yourself up over the edge of the cliff, you found yourself facing a cave. You shouted in to see if your voice echoed. It did, but not by much. You turned to help Astrid up. With the sun setting, you decided to leave your ropes in place so you could make it to the summit before night came, and you set off on the final stretch. You reached the summit as the sun disappeared over the horizon. Astrid set the camp, and you took what little wood survived the journey and built a fire. By the time she had the tent up, your food was heated. The two of you sat, tired but proud of your accomplishment. You talked a while, discussing routes back down and how to improve techniques. A wind picked up, and soon your fire died. You climbed into your tent, but you didn't stay there for long. The wind kept growing, and you both knew that if you had stayed there, your tent would blow away. You took it down as a strong gale whipped up around you. You carried it, wrapped under your arms down the mountainside to the cave you had passed earlier. You entered, laughing as the wind howled outside. It took a moment for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. "What was that?" asked Astrid. You'd heard nothing, just the wind, you replied. Then, in the dark, something moved. A grey mass against the black cave wall. Something uncoiled and stood. It snarled and charged at you both. You pushed Astrid out of the way and barely avoided the first swing. A large hand, the size of your head, slammed into the ground with a massive thud. You rammed your elbow under the creature's ribs and it yelled. It spun around, faster than you could react, and backhanded you across the cave. Your face stung and your head throbbed, but you had no time. You picked yourself up as you heard it nearing. You jumped on it and buried your thumbs into where you hoped it had eyes. It shrieked and grabbed you by the arm. It tightened its grip on you, and you felt something crunch under your skin. You yelled. It hurled you towards the cavern's mouth. Astrid, who had managed to get out while you fought the thing, was able to seize you by the legs and dragged you. The thing followed you to the cave mouth and bellowed after you. You got a good look at it then. A nigh 10-foot grey-blue body, rippled with muscles and bristling with white hair. A hammerling, one of the mountain giants. It didn't follow you out onto the mountainside. You and Astrid, tentless now, found a crevasse to hide in, pained and cold until morning. Thankfully, the climb down was easier despite your broken arm, in part because you left your ropes anchored. It took a few months for your arm to mend. You still haven't regained its full strength since that night. On cold days, it seizes up still. 1733. When you learned of your father's death, you were... on a date. The main course had just been served when a courier came to you and delivered the letter. It had your family seal on it. You knew it was important. You excused yourself for a moment. You never returned to dinner. You did not go on a second date. Something changed in you then, and not for the better. I went numb. It seemed matter-of-fact to me. Of course he would die now, as my life gets going. It was very like him. I found myself thinking he had perhaps died now on purpose. A foolish thought. And yet... Now, days later, your carriage crests the hills towards Marnes, the sun blasting off the red and yellow bricks and rippling off the blue sea beyond. You are almost home. Home to see my mother, to support her in this terrible time.
Should we stop, sir?
Yes. Apart from this pair of fools annoying me.
Stay out of this. It is none of your business.
Thank you for helping me. I know you. You are the son of Zelig. It was not. Those men are fools. Just a girl from the village yonder. I was collecting herbs when they waylaid me. Perhaps indeed. The protection of the city is not there for all of us. And outside its walls, there are many men such as these.
This much of her words are true. In recent times, I never travel beyond the city without a weapon.
I think our paths shall cross right enough. Perhaps as allies. Though as friends, we shall see. I am sorry. It is a sad day, and Lord Zelig was a good man.
Be wary. The Zelig dead dwarfs are circling. The House of Van Eerstrik may have an important part in the future of the kingdom. Do not presume to know who your friends and enemies are.
Whoa there.
Welcome home, my lord. I trust your journey was a pleasant one. If Sir wishes to go inside, I shall follow along with the luggage. Please, go inside and I'll follow along with the bags once I pay the driver.
I'll be on my way once I get my coin. I don't ask questions, and neither should you.
Can I help you, my lord? Can I help you, my lord?
Zelig, did we not bury you? Oh, my baby has returned. Your father will be so glad to see you. Your father. Your father. Oh. Has it? Oh, yes, I think it might have. I recall... No, that was a dream, I think. I'm sorry. I don't know. Ah, Albrecht, there you are. You're home. I had hoped to make something for you, but... Oh, I must have lost track of time. I might go rest for a while.
can I help you, my lord?
You're back? This is delightful news. It's been a few years, and you have gotten so handsome. I heard of your father's passing. Terrible thing, but it won't overshadow my joy at seeing you. Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything, being honest. All the world's a stage, and the men and women merely players. Well, yes, I fear my stage career started and ended in my school days. The pinnacle was when I understudied as Hermia in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that ran in the northern provinces 2 summers ago. We even performed for Queen Oka. Well, at least my troupe did. I didn't tread the stage in many performances, I'm afraid. I probably spend too much time in garnets these days. Oh, this and that. I never really settled on anything, being honest. Yes, I was. I didn't manage to sell many, I'm afraid. I'm not cut out for it, it seems.
It is you! Oh, I saw the carriage pull up and hoped. It is good to see you. How are you? Well, yes, of course. The funeral. Terrible thing. I was at it. Shame you weren't. You would have liked... Well, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Here I am years after seeing you and I'm no different. Foot and mouth, first opportunity. Well, there are plenty of offerings about the place. I'm sure you'll find something. Look, meet me for a drink in Garnett's Tavern later, and we'll have a right proper catch-up. Yeah, sorry. You won't know her yet. She only bought it last year. It's the tavern on the other side of the river. Cross the bridge at the marketplace. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Try the docks, maybe? Or, try over at the academy. There's a school there and I think they're a teacher short. Oh, yes. I saw a sign outside Garnett's this morning. Take a look at that. It might be a job advert. Someone such as you who specialises in fancy talk might even enjoy working in such a place. Here, I'll mark them all on your map.
Where is the tavern in this place? I'm on the verge of murdering somebody for a drink.
Yes, what? Gates ain't open. Gates ain't open. Not today.
Fresh bread, rolls, B-Rocks. What can I interest you in? Buns with meat and cabbage inside. So savory. From the homeland. Russia thinks they invented meat buns, but you and I know better, yes? These are popular in Stettin, but we eat them all over Brandenburg. Would you like one? Please.
My child, word reached me that you had returned home to pay your respects for your father. Most noble. Your father was a man who, well, worshipped the Lord in his own way. He would come to church with your mother when her health allowed it, but he chose to battle any demons he may have had, without the spiritual armor of confession. My child, you must not talk like that. The whole city is in mourning, for Zelig was a hero to each of us. I am sure in your grief you are mistaken. Of course, my child. It should be open to you. Just enter the tower and go down. Your uncle requested it be moved forward. He feared the Shroud had intentions of breaking in and taking the body, even with the extra guard on the Grim. I had understood that to be the family's wishes, though now I suspect you had no say in it. I do apologize, my child. In truth, her attendance has not been so good of late. Mr. Hoffman had been taking her more than your father these past, say, 6 months. But even then, her absences grew. But worry not for her immortal soul. I have called to her often and tended to her spiritual needs. Now that you are home, perhaps you shall accompany her when she's able.
I heard what you asked the good father. Don't you know how sounds carry in this hollowed hall? You're to leave him be. Do you hear me?
You flatter me. In truth, I am not yet knowledgeable, so soon out of the seminary at Kani.
Can you spare a coin for a poor old woman? Thank you kindly.
Sorry, hospital is closed to visitors. Dr. von Salfelden's orders. Ye can ask, but I don't have an answer for you. I hardly understand anything the man says. Medical reasons. There, that's your answer.
You don't talk about a man's wife like that.
I said nothing. Oh, my face.
Stop this! Stop this right now! What are you idiots doing?
He said my wife.
Tell me, do you see crates around you? The crates waiting to be loaded onto the boat? Well, do you? It was rhetorical. I don't care why you're fighting. I care why you're fighting on my time. Your silence deafens me. Gods, would I give you a competent worker. Back to work, all of you. Expect today's wages to be short. Cover my loss of earnings from this idiocy.
Hello to you too. I am Ramon. Well, Darius says I spoke ill of his wife. He lies. The man is not even married. He is a Persian, and I am Venetian. He turned on me so the others would take him into their fold. It was a stupid and selfish plan. He is in his office, and today I would not disturb him. For our fighting has made late. My friend, I cannot go anywhere right now. Darius split my lip and loosened the tooth. I barely stand his shouting when my head does not ache. I have few friends right now, so yes, I would repay your kindness. There is an apothecary near the marketplace, over this side of the river. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! Heavy crates being stacked. Sure. For day-to-day things, you want Drago. A solid-looking chap with a bowler. For business inquiries, you want Gerhardt Amal.
Excuse me.
Good day.
The barracks are close to civilians. Excuse me, my lord.
You looks just like Master Lucas.
You know the schoolmaster?
Course he does. Just got me into the ground is all. Your father, he's the one what died yesterday. Sorry. My father died way back before I was born. I wasn't doing nothing. It wasn't me. I never. Nick! Nick, stop that! I'm sorry. I'll make sure Nick tells Father Huber about this in his confession. We're just kids. We're school kids is all. Just waiting on a new teacher for lessons. What of it? We're as good as any kids. You ask Master Lucas. Old one quit. Father haven't run away to do kisses forever. I'd love to, but we're so hungry. We don't get much to eat. Only what the school can spare, and that ain't much. If we had some food, that'd give us the energy to fetch the schoolmaster. Surely it would.
Cousin, I am delighted to see you, though I only wish it were under better circumstances. So, what can I do for you, dear cousin? Yes, can you believe it? It was about as far as I could get from father without actually running away. I am. It might not be up your alley, but if you're interested, I would be happy to give you a chance. Think on it, cousin, and come back to me. I could certainly use a trustworthy hand with my work here. Of course, cousin. A truly sad affair. I am so sorry you missed it. I pleaded with father to wait. I knew you would come, but he couldn't be talked with. He was sure the Shroud had ill intentions towards your father. He has feared them gravely since the war. Obsessively so.
sneak up on me like that? You've added 4 years to me carrying on like that. Yes, I am, yes. I served in the Lich War, and, well, the dead scare me. But we all have to take turns on the Dead Man's Gate, sadly. I never relax when stationed here. Yes, of course. It's always closed. Unless, it's open. I mean, sometimes we're ordered to open it, but not right now. Oh, you're leaving. Are you sure you don't want to stick around until my shift is over?
Your cards I will not read. Your future is not set, and yet I see that you will seek the wood of the devil. Its bark carries occult properties. Through it, men commune with their lord from beyond.
Alright, mate. Spare us a coin, will ya? I am so grateful. Thank you, sir.
Remember that tiny barman in Ordona, Vittoria?
No, you too. God, we have the same taste, don't we, Leo? Though he's a barmaid.
Had her too.
You didn't. I tried. Damn. Not the vein again.
More ale, and quick about it. It's an emergency.
Leo, no! That's clearly no server. Sweet ale. It's off, but it chases away the eggs of a lost in the sea.
And it loosens tongues as well as bets, if you get me.
Is that how you got that barmaid?
A tale I will be happy to tell.
Indeed it is. But have we made your acquaintance?
We have not seen you here before. Are you just passing through?
Allow us to first introduce ourselves. I am Channing, a native of the barony of Mark. My colleagues are Leopold and Sherman, both formerly of the Prussian army.
Delighted to meet you, sir. And your name is?
So nice to meet you. Zelig was a great man, of great service to the city.
And to the whole kingdom. Yes, I suppose so. Not particularly. I have 3 old fellows who come in regularly, and of course, plenty of dockers. I'm sure they'd rather I kept the rest of their business to myself. Join me for a drink. Suit yourself.
You should hear the lies out of this fool.
There's not a lie. I have money coming to me. You'd have a good life with me.
I have a good life already, Thomas. I don't need you or this supposed windfall.
Can I get you a drink, at least?
Sure, but don't expect anything in return.
Yes, yes. Of course not.
Ah, there you are. I am. Clearly, you can read, so you passed me first test. Well, if you're serious about it. You cheeky whelp. Everything is good. I didn't wade through fields of blood and death and human muck to buy this place only to serve swill from me pumps.
Oh, yes, my lord. Sorry for the mess. I wasn't expecting guests. I did. Not that I recall. What I found in the bushes? Your father and some bottles. I can't really recall much else. Mine's been worrying about how I'll feed my family since Hoffman let me go. My lord. I'm afraid not. The Baron declared the city closed for Lord Zerlig's funeral, to symbolize the city's mourning. We only let you in because, well, it's you.
I'd have bloody well made it if you lot hadn't moved things forward. I'm bloody well stuck out here.
Until your uncle gives orders otherwise, I cannot say when that will happen. And you, my lord.
Oh, the bloody wheel has come off, right at the bloody gates. Now I'm stuck out here minding the damn thing, hoping no bloody wolves or petchers come try and kill me. Trust my bloody luck to land me in this mess.
Ah, there you are.
Excuse me. We can move it for you, but I couldn't ask the lads to do it for free.
You're staring. What do you want? Sounds like a rush job. It will cost 8 crowns.
Ah, there you are.
Welcome, dear and kind sir, and 1,000 kindnesses on you for visiting my humble store. Whatever ails you, wounds, illnesses, or maladies of a more private nature, I am here to help. As you wish.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate your help. Give me time to dress my wounds, and then I should bring you to meet the harbor master. Hello.